And we're back. Yo, what's good, Steph fam? My name is Eileen. I'm here with my girl,
Liv, and welcome to the first episode of
Talkin
On Business. In this show, we'll be getting into trending topics, cultural news, and getting into the nitty-gritty of the real things that impact our lives.
Don't forget women empowerment.
Clock it! So let's start this off with a clink, and we'll get into our topic.
And a drink.
So, in our teaser, we had discussed the whole baton head race thing, and I just feel like we can really get into it now. We're in the episode. We're here now.
Are we jogging your memory?
You remember? Jog.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
I like
you know,
that.
I am a corny guy. You know what I'm saying?
So we got two girls. They're running a 4x200 relay event, and the assailant, Alayla Everett, she was seen striking Kaylin Tucker in the back of her head. So they're running around the curve, and the victim runs around. She's passing her, and the assailant says that her arm gets stuck on her back, and it rolls up, and it whap her head. But it was an accident. Listen, we're not here to judge. We're not here to say that she was wrong, even though it didn't look like an accident.
Allegedly.
Don't sue us. But
Alleged.
they were saying that she didn't give an apology, and the victim ended up with a concussion and possibly a skull fracture. So I think that they were genuinely waiting for an apology to see if they were going to proceed further with pressing charges. The victim only made one press conference and talked about the issue. The assailant has made several press conferences. She's done several meetings. She even had a rally recently where she wanted people to understand that it was an accident, and she wanted people to support her because she's been receiving death threats and things of that nature, which is never okay. No matter the situation, death threats and going after the person who is wrong in the situation, that's not okay. It's bullying. This is a teenager.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
How old is she?
Teenager. I think like 16. I
was gonna say boo-hoo, because adult actions, not even adult actions, big real life causes create grand effects. You can't mollywop somebody upside their head, try to proclaim like you didn't when you were on camera, and you allegedly hit somebody upside their head and cause them a skull fracture. That's someone's life. It's a very vulnerable area. I don't know why they would even...
Yeah, no. But she said it was an accident. We can't tell her that it's not an accident, even though all the comments are saying that, girl, bye. But whatever. I personally just think that whole thing, that whole situation, it came from a place of potential insecurity and competition. They're trying to beat the other person. You're trying to win a race, obviously. You want to win, but at what cost? You forget why you're doing this sport, why you even got on the track. You're doing this, one, because you love it, two, because you want to win. But three, the three is never because you want to hurt somebody. It's never because you want somebody else. You don't want to win at the expense of somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the point is to have fun. Like, if I was doing a race, it's a race. It's a friendly
assault
competition.
charge, which she actually was charged with a misdemeanor assault and battery. So actions do have consequences, guys. Don't hit anybody with a baton.
Remember that the next time you bop somebody over the head.
Maybe when there's two roads to go down, choose the one less traveled by. Actually, the one less traveled by was hitting her with the metal baton.
Exactly.
Choose the one most traveled by, the safe one, the right one, not hitting somebody with a baton.
Clock it.
I think we should drink to that.
Stop playing with people's heads. You're doing too much. Doing all that just for you to lose. Girl, please.
So since we're on trending topics, what's going on with Gigi Hadid and that whole like Vogue situation?
So let me give you the tea.
Okay.
So pretty much Vogue and collaborated with Gigi Hadid to make this hairspray inspired commercial with the song You Can't Stop the Beat. Love that song, you know, Tracy, she did her thing. But the whole issue that people are having is due to the message of inclusivity, specifically with a main character that has a larger body image, using these diverse things, especially with black people being completely isolated at this time. It was during the 1950s, you know, the whole jazz. People are having a lot of outrage regarding Gigi Hadid being the primary character representing somebody that's supposed to be a plus size image. And it kind of brings out this whole idea of like, why would you choose somebody of a specific, more fit, more
just a different body type than what it was supposed to be portrayed?
Exactly. Okay. And that idea of like using that to sell a product or sell an image or something like that, rather than using somebody that's maybe of more of a plus size image. And that really triggered people. And I just feel like it comes from this like bias. It triggered me a bit because it comes from this like bias of choosing specific characters or specific people and completely diluting what the main purpose of a conversation or the main message of certain things are, and using other people to sell a product. And it kind of just reinforces, I don't know.
It reinforces that plus size stigma that you have to look a certain way to be able to sell something, to sell an idea, a product. Like it's hard, and it's very prevalent in today's society. And I think it's also very reflective of issues we have within the fitness industry, where you're more likely to listen to the person that has an 8-pack, toned legs and all that other stuff, but they may be dieting horribly, or their tips are not actually good for building muscle. They just look good, versus somebody that might be a little bit heavier with less muscle definition, but they know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
It's a bias that needs to be talked about, eradicated, and really just pushed away, because it's not healthy and it's not helping anybody, honestly.
And it's not helpful that people would also use, I feel like people sometimes they use certain body images for one message, and even in the world of thicker women, using them as some sort of message of exclusively talking about body inclusivity, but not practicing what you preach.
But even with that,
how I feel about that.
Even when I see like brands that usually don't choose thicker women, they choose the right type of thick woman. Hello? Like, it's not somebody that has like a bunch of cellulite, or like where they are presenting to be more plus size. It's, you gotta be like super hourglass, you're heavy on the bottom, you got the perfect on top, and that's not life. Not everybody looks like that, and it's okay not to look like that. It's perfectly fine. And you see brands like Aerie, I don't know what their new name is, but Aerie, very inclusive. You can have somebody that's a size 00 up to a size maybe 20, and they're all wearing the same like bras, underwear, things like that, which is very opposite to what you would see with Victoria's Secret. They've only just now started to include plus size models, and even then they're not super plus size. It's plus size for Victoria's Secret. There's all these different things that you kind of need to like pick up on and look at and see like what people are really trying to sell to you, what they're really trying to advertise. Because in all reality, every body type is great.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know.
Fight me about it.
Like fight me. That's what it's about.
You won't. You won't. And if you would, if you're bigger than me, I meant it. Just don't swing hard.
Hold it back.
Please, like, don't swing hard.
I just think it's so crazy when businesses use body image to be tweaked to appeal to the general public rather than practicing what you preach, which is true body inclusivity. Jesus Christ.
They definitely operate from a place of fear of being like, if I do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna lose the demographic I've been targeting. And you know, sometimes that's okay, because you can gain such a wider, more inclusive demographic. You don't know what your show's gonna look like. Like, it's okay to take some sort of loss to be able to gain something so much greater. Like, I feel like a lot of companies are not willing to do that. They're not willing to lose what they already have to make it more inclusive to the rest of the people. They're okay with the demographic that they have. They're okay with just selling to this person and that person and that person and leaving them others out. And that's not okay.
That brings back to like the whole thing with Victoria's Secret having that like pressure to be more inclusive. That only happened when Rihanna Robin Fenty came out and she stepped away from the makeup crew and created Savage X Fenty. When she popped out with not only all-inclusive, all genders, all sizes in lingerie.
All colors. Didn't matter what you look like. If you could wear the lingerie, you was in the picture.
You was gonna stay.
Okay,
you were included, and she made sure your size was there. She made those products, and she made them look cute. Not only cute, she made them accessible, and she included bare people that were all different types, genders, sexual orientations, ethnicities, included in this phenomenal display, this phenomenal show of diversity and inclusion. When Victoria's Secret saw that year 3, year 4, year 5, they were quivering in their boots.
They said, we might need to make some changes.
Oh.
We're about to lose people. We're about to lose them.
Now you're scared.
They said somebody's making it more accessible. They're making it more inclusive. Oh, now we need to step our game up.
Clock it.
Should have done that before.
Please, girl. You tired. That's what you are. And now you want to come back and try to act like, oh, we're trying to be all inclusive just for them to have the same daggone body types. It's just one is thicker than the other.
Just a little bit.
Okay. All right. I need a stiffer drink for that.
That's half the glass, babe.
It's okay. It's fine.
We are not operating any vehicles after this, just in case y'all were wondering.
Just in case y'all was thinking.
Just in case y'all were wondering.
I kind of did put a lot.
Don't drink and drive.
At all.
I don't know, but I feel like we're having such a good conversation that we could only benefit from adding another person to this.
You know, I really was getting lonely with those two glasses.
And it's funny you said that because I got another one.
Who are you thinking of adding?
Hey.
How y'all doing today?
Fine, better now that you're here. We got a glass for you. We got a little concoction that we made.
Put it out, girl. Put it out.
Yeah.
Clean, clean.
Don't ask what's in it. It doesn't matter.
Don't care.
There you go.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, so we have a special guest on our show today. This is Cass. Big Cass, never the little.
How y'all doing?
How do you like it?
Girl.
It's good. It's good.
She's doing her due diligence.
It's gonna get the job done.
I did the ratio.
Cass, welcome.
Thank you.
On business.
I'm so glad to be here. This is amazing.
Yes, girl. This is our girl Cass. We stepped together as a unit. 3 knees around. Inventor of reverse slice the bread. The thing that kills us most.
Yeah. That wasn't even my intention to do that.
You know?
It was just pure curiosity.
Cue the proof.
Okay. Yep. Y'all saw it too, right? Y'all saw it too.
Oh,
okay. Tune into one of them Sunday classes.
Right.
Thank you. All right. So, welcome back to Talking On Business, where we talk about trending topics, cultural news, and we get into the nitty-gritty of the real things that impact our lives. Today we have Cass. We're going to be talking about, that baton incident, and we just want to know her perspective on it because you already heard us talk about it. So, what do you think? Was it an accident, on purpose?
Do you even know what's good, girl? Do you know the tea?
I definitely did see some clips online and, people's opinions on what's been going on with that. I've seen some ridiculous stuff, and I think I even heard that she's getting charged with assault for this.
They did say charges were being pressed, y'all.
Hello.
They did say that.
Sorry.
It's a lot.
You could something with the hello.
Do you think it was an accident though?
Listen.
Like, be honest. This is a safe space.
You ever ran before and somebody whopped you upside your head by accident?
Listen, I'm not God. I cannot judge no one.
Okay.
But the way I seen her hand...
Cock back?
Listen. She's the only one that knows her intent and, what she was doing. So...
That's between you and God.
It's her business at this point.
Word.
She gonna deal with that.
Right.
But...
All right. So, Cass, what's your biggest takeaway on the situation?
Thinking about that situation, to me, it's really just believing in yourself and not hating, just being better. As I step and I come to step and I love doing all of this stuff, I definitely remember where there was a time where I'd be looking at everyone, especially in the front of the class, and I'd be like, damn, I really wish I could do this.
Right. About some 16 knees around.
Exactly. You see people, they spin in the block, they 3 knees in a round, and you're like,
Name drop, KK. We're talking about you, girl. K-NATO. We're talking about you.
But yeah, and just feeling good and proud about your growth and always striving to do more. I know within like exercise and fitness, there's definitely this perception that you have to look a certain way or be a certain way to even be considered someone that's an athlete or that you exercise regularly. Like you have to look it for people to believe it. Exactly. And it's like, there are people that you may not think could hike up a mountain, and they're doing that and beyond. I look at me. You may see me twirling around, and many people may not think that. Yeah. How she get off her feet like that? She don't go to the gym.
Y'all don't even know.
How did she have us?
Y'all don't even know how big Cass get. Damn, y'all don't even know.
And it's all practice. So like, no matter where you're from or what part you start at or where you go, it's literally like, just keep working. You don't gotta hate. You could get there if you work.
Okay.
But put that work in.
It's about the work you put in, not what you look like.
Exactly.
I feel like that comes from people's like biases and how they perceive people based off of how their upbringing was. And when they can't process like the idea of somebody who they didn't fit into a specific box or what they perceived as being that specific thing, even in the body inclusivity world, it's a lot of women that, you know, look like you and I, or look like, you know, really whatever. Oh my God. I didn't know if I was saying something a lot.
It's okay.
But you know, when people are in a specific like box in your head, they kind of get like this moment of trying to process how come this person is capable of doing something like this and I can't. And that can come off as like, oh, thank you, girl. That could come off as being like jealous.
Exactly.
And it just evolves into something, I don't know, meaner or just more negative. It manifests and it grows. There's a lot of energy in that.
And I think like people project their own insecurities on other people.
100%.
Like people will think, oh, if you're big or, you know, they're this size, you could not possibly do that. You too big to do that. Like you hear it all, you know? And it's like, just because you couldn't do it,
Doesn't mean I
don't mean I can't, because I know my capabilities and I know myself.
You can't put what you believe in yourself about yourself on somebody else. It'll never work.
Exactly.
If you have your own sense of self-worth, self-confidence, nobody can shake what you got going on.
Exactly. And it don't matter if you're big, small, tall, short.
Hey.
It never gave envious.
Ever.
Ever.
We're about moving forward.
Okay,
not
progressing,
Progression.
building, growing, standing on business. Actually, what? Stepping on business.
What are you talking about? Halting on business. Making sure to like instill this sort of behavior of being more inclusive of everybody requires you to unlearn habits that you may carry with yourself in order for you to advance and grow and be a better person at the end of the day. And that starts by learning your lesson and accepting that lesson and then growing from that lesson. Clock it. Clink it.
Clink. Ooh,
Clink, clink.
Sorry, I spilled some on me earlier.
So I feel like oftentimes people forget why they embark on their fitness journey or why they chose the sport that they did. And it becomes a bigger competition where they're trying to be better than the next person or one up somebody else, instead of it being that you're doing this because you love it. You're doing this for your own purpose, your own
purpose. Your own purpose. Your reason for continuing to go after being better, looking better, feeling better about yourself through your wellness journey. I feel like most people deviate from that and find this whether this negative inspiration that kind of makes them deter from what they should be finding in their purpose with their wellness journey. Like I know for me, I started out because I was trying to get out of a nasty depression. Why did you start?
You know, similar to you, I started for mental health reasons. Going through a lot. My mom had a cancer diagnosis, and you know, just relationships, work, everything like that. The world kind of felt like it was caving in. And you know, you talk to your therapist, you do all the things, but
that they say to do. You follow all the steps, you check all the boxes, and it feels like, okay, well, I still feel like this. What do I do?
Exactly. And I felt like I know myself, and I know when I'm by myself, you know, I can trigger myself with loneliness. And I was like, you know, let me just get outside and put myself in a different, you know, environment and see what comes of it. I had class pass. I said, okay, let me use some of these class pass. Let me use some points up, right? And book this class is right around the corner. And I did. And when I came here, I was just instantly, I was like, this is different, but this is something I definitely vibe to. And it wasn't to lose weight or become this beast or anything. It was just simply to cope with life, you know?
To move.
Exactly.
To be around people that with like-minded spirits, like that make you
Create in a community.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because I found more than just like a solitude in here of like, don't get me wrong, exercise, I know what people say, like, oh, if you're depressed, go to the gym, go work out. To a certain degree, I feel like it's true because it takes your mind off of the things that you're stressing about, you know, and gives you a time to just focus on being in the present and breathing and just
Yeah.
being here.
Yeah.
So coming here, experiencing that just through the physical activity, cool. But then also meeting you beautiful ladies and everyone else in the class and feeling like a family, a sisterhood. You know, we clock it all the time together.
Clock it, clink it,
you know,
drive
just
it, you
loving
name it.
that and using that as a motivation of it don't matter how much pounds I lose or what the measurements on the I know I come to a place where I feel valued, where I get support, where I'm motivated and I'm pushed, and I'm so thankful that I found something like this because it keeps me going and it keeps me feeling at a pace where I'm like, I can live, I can breathe, I'm not stressing, I'm not worrying, you know, I could do this.
Like you actually leave it right at the door. As soon as you cross the threshold, it's like I'm in a new space. I'm with people that care about me. I'm in a place where I'm valued, I'm loved, I'm respected, and I'm gonna get a good sweat on.
And it pushes you to move more too. That's why you seeing people doing reverse slice the bread. And,
Shout out the founder. Shout out the founder.
And like just trying to keep themselves active. You know, in a way, we end up following the first rule by accident and having fun.
Right.
Especially during the week. I mean, sometimes my family, they're like, where are you at?
Still at the gym, actually.
I'm actually still here.
all that time?
Like, yeah.
Because I'm going to make sure I feel good. It's a great way to start and end your week.
Exactly.
And you look good while doing it too.
Okay.
It's crazy because like even like walking in and hearing Ty say good morning, you be like, I'm here with them, you know.
Makes your heart warm.
And she makes sure to hug you.
Tackles.
Sure you get tackled.
So good.
She little, but she's so mighty. So
Love it.
Love Tai Tai.
Love you, Tai.
Hope you're watching. Okay.
Well, this is for you.
This one's for you. Done.
So before we close out, I just wanted to ask, Cass, do you have a special message that you want to give to our audience?
Beautiful audience.
I do. I think the most important thing that I've learned and that I would share with anyone is just put yourself out there and have confidence in yourself. Definitely believe in yourself because you don't know your capabilities where you're at right now. And as long as you work, you don't know who you can become. Like Michael Jordan wasn't always the Michael Jordan that we know, you know, he was just Michael Jordan.
He was just MJ.
But as he progressed, talked his ish, you know, did what he had to in practice.
And proved it.
Backed it up.
Okay.
He knew who he was and he told everyone who he was. So it's like, know your capabilities, know what you can do and think beyond as well. Don't just say, oh, you know, I can only do this. Because when you put yourself out there, you do new things, you meet new people, you hear new advice, it definitely resonates with you and it helps you be better. Like when you listen and actually apply and, you know, people will say this, that, and the third, but like take the things that they say that are relevant to you and apply them and try to just become a better person. Always believing that you can do that. Don't ever limit yourself because when you limit yourself, you stop and you don't know what your potential is. So always be kind to yourself, always believe in yourself, and always really just, you know, stay motivated, talk your ish, do what you got to make it to the next level. So
Constantly evolve.
Okay.
Clock it,
Push
clink
yourself.
it. That's what we like. Well, Cass, thank you for coming
I
to
love
our
being
show.
Thank you for being our first guest.
being
So happy
here.
you're here, girl. You want to help us out with closing out what show we on?
Okay.
You
Okay,
ready?
your hand go like that, and you're gonna.
So it's gonna be like Talkin On Business.
And I'll
Okay.
say that. So you're
Okay.
gonna, right?
Okay.
So that's our show. We want to thank Cass for coming on to our show. We appreciate y'all for tuning in again for another segment of our show. You're talking.
Okay. Talking. Okay. Rewind that. Talking.
So thank you so much for tuning into our show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let us know if there's any other topics that you want us to discuss here on our show.
Talking
On
Business. See y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.